it's one of the reasons why I get into this, because I don't want kids to have to go through that, and I want them to be able to grow in emotionally healthy and happy home. So I was doing like the best month, I think, was doing about $7,000 collected, cash collected in a month. Just this month, in 2 weeks, brother, as you know, I've done 22,000 in just 2 weeks.
When we started working together, he was burnt out, he was tired, he'd been working 10-hour days, and nothing seemed to be working. He went from that in a very short amount of time to not just making crazy amounts of money, but working a lot less, 2 to 3 hours a day, not doubting himself, not worrying about where the next client is coming from. This interview covers everything that is required, not just to hit your money goals, but to become the person that deserves to make that sort of money. I hope you find it useful. I hope you find it inspiring. I hope you get some golden nuggets. Enjoy. Luke, welcome. How are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. So why don't you introduce yourself to us? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah, like Yaya said, my name's Luke Finn. I'm a relationship coach with dads. I help dads that are, facing divorce. I help them avoid unnecessary divorce and reignite the relationship with their wives.
Cool. So let's back up a bit before we start celebrating all the successes you've had. Tell us a little bit about your situation prior to working in Record Breaker with me. What was that like?
Sure. When I came to you, I've been literally applying a process for about a year. It was a good process to get my business, build my business up. But after a year of doing it, man, I was feeling burnt out. I was not having fun with marketing. I was tired. And literally around, I think it was towards the end of January, beginning of February this year, I literally onboarded like 4 clients in the space of a couple of weeks. And then I was just done. I just couldn't anymore. And I pretty much had a burnout. And I went from all the way from like February until I think it was May until I onboarded. So it was in essence, I went 3 months without taking on any more clients, was where I was at when I joined you. So I was frustrated and I was tired when we talked.
All right. And so like, I know we talked and you joined me and we worked together. What made you in particular work with me, work in Record Breaker? What led you to that decision?
Yeah, man. I'll keep the PG version. So now we've known each other a long time. We've known each other a while. I guess on Facebook terms, we've known each other for a long time. Feels like a lifetime. But yeah, I guess I just trusted you. And we had a couple of talks beforehand, and you were kind of saying, I was telling you what I was going through, and you were like, Luke, I do attraction marketing. What's happening there? Like, I was literally working like crazy. Do you remember when I was like crushing it, like 10 hours a day, doing my Facebook posts in Messenger, doing my videos, doing everything. I was really going all out, and I was literally nothing. Just all of a sudden, it just stopped working. What I'd been working before just stopped working for me. And you just said to me, like, Luke, that's not normal. It's not normal that's happening. And so that kind of got me a little bit interested. And then a couple other things happened. And I just decided, I'm going to jump on a call with you. And I already know, when I jumped on the call, I'd already primed myself. I said, if this resonates with Yaya, what Yaya said to me, if it resonates with me, I'm going for it. I just had so much trust in you. And literally, Yaya, within the first couple of minutes, you nailed my problem. You remember? You were just like, Luke, you build yourself up, you get yourself up to a high energy, but then you crash, as in I catastrophize. Things would go wrong as they do in business, and I would start thinking the worst. And then so my energy would drop, and then I'd have to build myself up again to get myself back up. And you're just like, we need to work on that. And I remember on that call, it was funny. I was like, you nailed it. You literally nailed it. And I said, I'm going for this. And I remember being on the call, and I was just like, fucking close me. I'm ready to go. Close me. I was like, take my money. And you were just like, okay. I was like, let's go. I just knew it, man. I'm in this long enough that I trust my gut feeling. And for me, it was just like, okay, let's get this ball rolling.
All right, cool, man. So tell us a little bit about what it was like working in the program in Record Breaker, working with me. What was it like? What was your experience like?
I guess to summarize it, man, I can only put it, so it's been amazing. And to say that it's been life-changing would be really an understatement. It's been literally one of the best decisions I've made in my life, apart from marrying my wife and having the kids. Just in case my wife watches, I have to say it, So, it's been absolutely amazing, man. And it's been incredible, the changes. I'm literally, when I came, I'm into a lot of, we all are as coaches, personal development, improving ourselves. When I came to you, I'd already been doing years, literally, so 4 or 5 years of personal development. So I'd already built myself up to a decent version of myself. But man, since I've been in, I think in just like 3 months, I've literally gone through 3 versions. I've upgraded. And you just helped me so much, like with my belief in what's possible and like with my real strength. Because when I came to you, man, I had like this warrior energy, let's go and tear it up. And that energy is good. I'd say to my clients, like that, that energy is good for making, when you want to get things done, it's good to a certain extent. But we got all these other gears that we can shift into, and also trusting that things work out for us, and just things can be so much easier. And so that's basically what it's been like for me with you. It's been absolutely amazing.
All right. So now let's get into the meat and potatoes. So like, what were some of the results that you experienced in the program?
I guess so. Look, the biggest one, because we can go into the financial stuff. I don't really care about that. I care about how I've come along. I remember when we had the first call, man, and I was like, I didn't realize that like my parents split up, they divorced. It's one of the reasons why I get into this, because I don't want kids to have to go through that, and I want them to be able to grow up in emotionally healthy and happy home. So I kind of, from that stage of my parents divorcing, I kind of created this version of myself where I'm not going to let anybody fuck with me, and I'm not going to let anything catch me out. I'm not going to trust I'm going to have everything. I'm on my head constantly on a pivot, watching what can go wrong, and I'll make sure I'm never going to get so caught out again. And that worked well for me for a little bit. And like I made progress when I was working in corporations. I made progress also at a certain point with my coaching. But at some point, when you have a belief like that, it's just going to hit you. You can only go so far. And I literally had to kill that version of myself, which is what we've done essentially. But the biggest thing that you gave me, I'm getting to here, man, is that version of me just didn't trust that things could work out. And then we got to it was tough, man. Like I remember you telling me on the call, you were like, Luke, we got a saying in my religion, God, and you can correct me if I get this wrong, God loves you 70 times more than your mother. And I remember like sitting there and I was like, that sounds so nice. But I couldn't really get it. I was just like, I just don't trust it. I got to keep pushing forward. And you just helped me, man, to, I still have my challenges in the business, but I trust. And that's been the biggest gift. I know this might sound crazy. That's been the biggest gift, to know that I go out and do my best. I show up to be myself 100%. And God or the universe, whatever you believe in, delivers the rest. That's not my job. I go out, I have my fun, I do my work, and then God delivers. And that has resulted in the results that I'm going to share with you now. Okay. So I went from doing, when my business was, before I kind of had my burnout, I was doing like the best month, I think was doing about $7,000 cash collected in a month. Just this month in 2 weeks, brother, as you know, I've done 22,000 in just 2 weeks. So my mind, I'm happy to be here with you, because this is so bizarre to sit here and talk with you about it. But my mind, I still haven't wrapped it around. I've got my mind to wrap around these kind of numbers, but it's where I'm going, and it's just showing, my belief, the value that I'm delivering, and the work I put in, So that's been huge. Definitely the going from cash collected, the money on the bank from 7 grand a month, the best, to 22 in 2 weeks. So I've literally 6x that. And then going from a state of being burnt out and having no clients for 3 months. And now what I've been doing for the last 3 months working with you, man, I'm doing easily, I think it's like $16,000. So they're the kind of numbers. So that's each month, 16,000, no problem. But the main thing is I'm loving the clients that are coming into my program. I'm attracting new clients that I love working with. They're empowered. They show up, they know that they got to invest in themselves. And it's just so much, it's more fun, man. So they're the main results.
Yeah. I remember going back in terms of your pattern where you said that, if I cannot predict the future, I know something's going to go wrong. And I just cannot trust. And so I often talk about people that it's cool to hit a crazy number in 1 month, but consistently hitting the same number like you, for example, 16 grand for 3 months, that's far more important, because it shows reliability, consistency, stability.
Yeah.
So
these Do you remember when we first got on the call, when I enrolled, and I was just like, I was like hungry for it. I was like a horse with a bit in the mouth, like, let's go. And I was just like ready to do 30 grand in the first month. I didn't care, right? Do you remember that? And then it hit me. I can tell you, whoever goes and works with Yaya, pace yourself. It is a marathon, not a sprint.
I feel that true everlasting change takes time. It has to be a marathon, not a sprint. And like you said, Luke, even after 3 months, you're having trouble believing who you've become. And
Yeah, big time.
more often than not, it's a belief struggle. People struggle to just believe their new reality, and that's when they tend to sabotage it. So now that you've had these results, how has your life changed in overall in general?
The main thing, man, is the peace. Like I've for years, and it is something I still work on. I'm not saying I don't fall back, and that's why we continue also working together on it. But the peace, I used to wake up in the morning and I would feel like the to-do list. And like, these are things I need to crush today, get it done. And these are the potential threats that I have that I need to neutralize. Man, it was so tiring. It was so tiring and draining life energy where I could be putting that in something else, right? And so the biggest kind of change is like now I'm feeling much more peace and joy in my life with doing this and just trusting that things will work out. Let the chips, I remember you said also saying that to me so when we first got to know each other, I think you're saying that, let the chips lie, wherever they may be. And I'm getting a real sense of that. It's also really nice. My wife is really happy. So I'm obviously blessed. I have a great relationship, but as a coach, as you know yourself, or as an entrepreneur going out, you gotta, it's a business that you're running. So there's risks involved, and my wife was then concerned obviously about income. So having that I'm so absolutely crushing it now. She's happy and more relaxed. She's got to focus on the kids and taking care of the home and us, and it's been really wonderful. It's been great for our relationship as well. To be able to because money is not everything. I don't really care about money, but you do need it because at the end of the day, money gives you options, right? That's all it is. It gives you options, and with these options, one of the great things is we're saving for a house as well. So it's awesome, man. There've been huge changes, and it's I'm still trying to get my head around it at the moment.
All right, so I've got a fun question for you, and I don't know your answer to this. What was one thing you learned from me that I didn't necessarily actively set out to teach you?
Sure. Let me think about that. I guess it was probably like embrace the new me. You're an incredible coach, and you have the ability to hold up the mirror. And we had that call on Tuesday where I guess my own fear was coming up again, and you just held up that mirror, and you're just like, Luke, what you're telling me, is this based out of fear, or where's it coming from? I had to reflect, man. And it was so it was uncomfortable, but that's what the job of a coach is, to make you at times to feel uncomfortable and take a good hard look at yourself, and to embrace who I am, the new me, man. This is what you're teaching me. Like, this is what I'm getting, is to embrace the new me. Like, literally go and sit down and like look at these numbers that we're talking about today. I'm here because I'm here to celebrate, and it's also so I can really take this in. But I still haven't really gotten it yet. But you kind of on Tuesday showed me that it's time to let go of that old pattern and start embracing this new version, because the other one's gone, and we need to move forward and just let go of the old stuff. It's been huge. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So now, Luke, after having experienced everything you have, there's a lot of other people in the same situation you were 3 months ago. And I think all entrepreneurs struggle with the stress. Everybody who wakes up in the morning knows that there are certain threats that need to be tackled, there's problems that need to be fixed, and there's the stress of making money, the uncertainty of not knowing where the money is coming from, so on and so forth. What would your advice be, having gone through the process, knowing what you know now? What would your advice be to these people?
So don't wait around. Like, find somebody, in the best case, really find somebody that resonates. Look, let's be honest, you've got enough clients. Don't really need this big up, but find somebody that resonates with you. And if it's like for me, resonated with me. I was just like, we had the call, and I would just say to everybody, trust your gut. Always trust your gut. If you get a good feeling, if you're on a call with and you're like, he's on it, like he's really hitting home here, trust your gut and go for it. And as coaches, we have to, we tell everybody they got to invest in themselves, right? You got to invest in yourself, and you want to get the best. You're the best out there, man. And I invested in you, and maybe it invested in me by working with you. But because I say it to my clients, I'm like, guys, you want to move forward. You don't have to do this on your own. Get somebody in that knows better and can help you along. So you got to live it. You can't be telling your own clients oh, invest, and oh yeah, the price, it might be a bit. So I know it's a bit, you feel a little bit. It's a bit of a pressure, or a bit, a bit of a pain point. Maybe you have to invest in a certain amount into it, but it's like it's worth it. Like that, what I invested in the program was worth every single dollar. It's why I continue to work with you. It's why I'll continue to work with you. So what I would say to everybody is trust your gut. You deserve the best. Yaya is the best. And, you're going to thank yourself, and your clients are going to thank yourself for going for this, because you're going to start showing up at a whole nother level.
Thanks, man. I think if the world started trusting their gut instead of what they've been told and everything they've been fed, people would be a lot happier. So thank you for your insights, Luke. Last question for you. What is next on the cards for Luke Finn?
So us continuing working together for sure. Continue making Reconnect the program the best it can be, helping dads avoid unnecessary divorce. I want to keep investing time and money into improving that program so my clients can get better results even faster. That's the #1 priority. And #2 is definitely getting my marketing on autopilot. So I enjoy doing my marketing. So I enjoy doing my videos. I do live videos, and I do enjoy that. But it's just I want to work running more on autopilot, where I'm not having to put so much effort in, so I can focus more on actually making Reconnect even better. And then I guess the financial side, man, it's so definitely next couple of months I want to stabilize at $30,000 a month. That's my next target for sales, stabilize that. And the biggest one out of all of those is I want to have more fun. Yeah, I want to have more fun helping awesome dads. Because look, you can go into this, you can be like, oh, down, and like, oh, I have to, do this work, and had a tough day. No, man, like we're absolutely blessed to be able to do this work, to be coaches. We've chosen this career. So most of us feel like it's been a calling. And I want to have the best time ever. Even when my clients are struggling and having something, I'm there to help them have the best time ever, give them some joy as well, and help them move forward and reconcile. So have more fun with more awesome dads moving forward. That's a big one.
Yeah. It's funny how when we're having fun, we show up as more empowered version of ourselves. And so our clients start experiencing the same results that we experience.
Yes.
Energy, like attracts like, and the energy, just basically creates a reality. Thank you very much, Luke. Welcome back. I hope you found the video inspiring. I hope you got some golden nuggets. Leave a comment down below and tell me which part you found the most valuable that you're going to apply to your business straight away. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.